A recent thing happened where the former governor of Anambra State, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, who was a member of your party, but recent visitations, like the visit he made to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, visit to the former governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Sule Lamido, and I think Saraki and all that. What's happening? Is there any plan? Would you want him to come back to your party?
Not only him, every other person. And we are making steps in that direction. And by the glory of God, we will not.
PDP acting chairman Umar Damagum saying PDP wants people to be back in their fold. Damagum said this when he featured on Nigeria Right Now, a program that is being held on AIT. First, it was Atiku Abubakar saying he will support P2B in the 2027 presidential election. Now, the PDP acting chairman Umar Damagum is echoing the same sentiment. It's very, very obvious that these people are still pained over Peter Obi leaving the PDP. They sincerely cannot stop talking about Mr. Peter Obi. What's happening between Peter Obi and the People Democratic Party is a life lesson. Go where you are appreciated. You won't know your ability until you've done something worldwide. During the primary leading to the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi had made it known that he wouldn't partake in the usual dollarization of party primaries. Peter Obi exposed to Nigerians how party delegates are bought over to decide the presidential flag bearer in the primary. He told the 36 states, including the FCC, admonishing the PDP delegates and the Board of Trustees to avoid selling out their votes. Thousands of Nigerians in the fold of obedience stormed PDP headquarters across the country, asking PDP to hand over the ticket to Mr. Peter Obi and watch them win the presidential election for them. But PDP was bent on following their old path of dollarization and giving the tickets to Atiku Abubakar as the highest bidder. They even asked Peter Obi to go out and contest elsewhere if he can't compete in the PDP primaries. Peter Obi left the PDP in a shocking manner, even though his supporters like the idea, as they have said, even if Peter Obi joined the birthday party, they would join him there. More shockingly was Peter Obi joining the Labour Party, a party that was in obscurity for a very, very long time. The Labour Party has secured 5,000 votes in the 2019 presidential election. Many saw it as a miscalculation for Peter Obi as he was mocked. They said he won't get up to 1 million votes. Polls after polls put Peter Obi as a winner of the presidential election. With the support of the obedient, Peter Obi took the Labour Party from obscurity to limelight, making her a strong national party, amassing 6 million votes with a state governor and over 40 National Assembly members. He did this while spending less in campaign compared to what Atiku Abubakar and Bola Ahmed Tinubu spent in their entire campaign. Many has argued that should Peter Obi had run under the PDP, it would have been a game over for the APC, even though many are still saying that he won the 2023 presidential election. With the issue of division plaguing the PDP, they have realized that allowing Peter Obi to leave was a bad move for them. They've been directly and indirectly asking him to come back to the PDP. But the truth is, going back to the PDP is out of the equation for Mr. Peter Obi. Peter Obi has forged his path in another party. He has proven to be a stronger candidate than whoever the PDP or APC will present. Mr. Peter Obi has proven to Nigerians and other politicians that you don't necessarily need to spend a fortune to become a stronghold in the Nigerian political landscape. You don't necessarily need structures to put weight in the presidential election. Getting over 6 million votes with a structureless party like the Labour Party was a feat that no politician in Nigeria can achieve. We all know that the structure in Nigerian political context means the rigging machine. It means having foot soldiers like governors, House of Rep and National Assembly members, chairman of local government to rig election for you. Of course, we saw how it all played out in Rivers State, where the governor of Rivers State went out in full force to rig the election for Bola Ahmed Tinubu is there. Even in the INEC IRF, it is showing that Mr. Peter Obi won the election in Rivers State, but INEC declared Tinubu as the winner of the election in Rivers State. Wike and other instruments were used to rig out Mr. Peter Obi in the last election. They equally used this same instrument to reduce his vote in other states. They even went as far as using INEC and the judiciary. Yes, this is the structure they are talking about. Above that, he still proved a stronger candidate with his obedient structures. PDP also wants a merger with Mr. Peter Obi. That is what they are talking about. Now, Peter Obi has made it known that The only way he can align with the PDP or any other political party is if the merger is for the betterment of Nigerians and not for state capture, like what we saw in the 2015 general election. The CPC, ACN, AMPP, and APGA came together to form a merger which is called APC to rescue Nigeria. They utilized all manner of propaganda, including protests, to deceive gullible Nigerians to see them as a better option. They won the election, and since then, this country has been experiencing steady decline in all facets of human endeavor, economically, politically, and otherwise. All the institution of state in this country has been captured and used for political gains. The police, the military, INEC, judiciary, legislation, name them. Nigerians are experiencing the worst form of government today. P2B is distancing himself from this kind of measure. His dream, his aspiration is to see Nigeria work. He wants Nigerians to have a better life. Now the big question is the PDP ready to work with Mr. P2B's goal and vision, or they want to continue in their dollarization and money-back politics? Of course, we can agree that PDP has a solid structure on ground politically. If P2B must become the president, he needs to match the ruling party madness for madness. You need to have executive power to effect a change. The reason why Nigerians are going through excruciating pain is because of Tinubu's harsh economic policies. To reverse it, you need executive power. The same way Tinubu removed fuel subsidy, to reverse that, you need executive power. Peter Obi aligning and working with the PDP in the next election will be far more better than him contesting alone under the Labour Party. What happened in the last election, where many of his votes were stolen, where many of his supporters were disenfranchised from voting, could have been avoided or stopped if he has a solid structure on ground, like working with a party like PDP. So if we don't want this to happen in 2027, then we need to think ahead. We need to look for a merger, an alliance, and PDP offers a very strong, reliable alliance for Peter Obi to key into. But however, any alliance with the PDP will work if Peter Obi is the presidential candidate. Is the PDP willing to zone the ticket to the southeast? That is the only way that Peter Obi can join the PDP. If that ticket is micro-zoned to the southeast, and allow only Peter Obi, the sole candidate, to have that ticket, because keeping that ticket open will allow for dollarization and money-back politics, the same way they've been experiencing it under the PDP. Of course, any alliance without Peter Obi as a presidential candidate will be counterproductive. I don't think any obedient is willing to work with Peter Obi under PDP without him being the presidential candidate, or him sitting as a vice president to Atiku Abubakar. We all know that Atiku Abubakar has said that he's going to support Mr. Peter Obi, but that statement should be taken with a pinch of salt, because Atiku Abubakar is an overly ambitious man. He has, however, said that he will keep on contesting as long as he's still strong. So we are still not sure if all this noise about Peter Obi coming to the PDP is for him to be handed over the presidential ticket, or for him to serve as a vice presidential candidate to Atiku Abubakar. You know, it's quite unfortunate that up till now the PDP still see Atiku Abubakar as the only viable candidate for them. You know, PDP as a party do not understand optics. They don't understand perception. The perception of Nigerians have changed. If you look at the 2019 election, they wanted Atiku Abubakar to win the election because Peter Obi was there. 2023, they all went for Mr. Peter Obi. So if the PDP wants to win the presidential election, their only best bet and best alternative way is for Mr. Peter Obi to be handed the presidential ticket. Anything outside of that, Peter Obi contesting as a vice presidential candidate to anybody, will lead to a counterproductive result, and that will mean that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win the 2027 general election. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Well, for me, I commend him, and I'm grateful for his statements, especially where he said he will support me if he goes to the Southeast. On issue of merger, coming together of parties, I always said, as long as any merger or any coming together is for a better Nigeria, for a new Nigeria, for governing properly, I'm for it. If it's just measure for election or state capture, I'm not part of it. I want to be part of anything. Like I always say, I'm not desperate to be president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work, especially for the poor people, because we have a lot of potentials. So if the measure is to be able to govern Nigeria properly, unlock all those things that will make Nigeria a better place, I'm for it. It might be at party level, it might be at individual level, it might be at any level. But we must come together to be able to build a better Nigeria.